Hello and welcome to Learning and Technology. My name is Frank and I'm glad that you are here. In this video, I'm going to continue with our Teams tutorial, and this time I'm going to show you how I can take my team and break apart conversations or subject areas by using channels. Channels are a fantastic way to create breakout rooms, to create focused conversations on a particular aspect of a project, or in the case of an academic institution, a class. So there's a great deal of benefit to using channels when you're working with teams. In fact, I think it's absolutely critical that you use channels. So hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to continue seeing these videos. If you want to make sure you don't miss anything, let's go have a look at channels in Microsoft Teams. So now that I've created that team, let's go ahead and make some channels underneath this team. So if I drop this down, notice I can add a channel in here. So I'm going to add a channel in here, and we'll call this secret headquarters. We'll need to have a channel that talks about our secret headquarters. And I'm not going to go in and put a bunch of information, but you can see that I can put a description there, and I can set privacy to private, only to specific people within the team, or standard access to everyone. That's very handy if I want to go in and create, for example, a separate group of managers that have their own channel. So I'm going to add in the channel in there, and you'll now notice that I've separated my conversations a little bit. So my Save the World project now has a general channel and a secret headquarters channel. Let's add in a couple more channels. So I'll put one in there, supplies we will need, and we'll put that in there, and then maybe well, I'll just leave it at that. So now we have a few channels in there, and if I go into the teams again, I can edit that team. I can create that link so that somebody else can join using a link, as I showed previously. And we can go in and again, I can manage the team. I can go in and see if anybody's requested membership in the team. I can manage the channels, and I can go into the settings of the team. And when I go into team settings, I can set a team picture, and that just personalizes it a little bit there. So I can go in and I can upload a picture. I will do that. I'll go in and upload a picture there, and I'll go into my backgrounds and I'll just put a nice picture for the team in there. So now I have a nice, little bit of flair for the team there. And I can go in and I can set membership permissions. And this is an example. Will members be able to create their own channels? Will I be able to allow them to put apps in there? You'll notice I'm pretty free with my permissions here, but again, depending on your environment, you may want to not allow people to upload custom apps or connectors, or you can really control what people can do in this team. I can also change guest permissions. So for example, do I want my guests to be able to create channels? Maybe they're a contractor and I do, or delete channels if they, delete other channels. I can go in and set up how mentions work. So I can determine who the @ symbol, @mention, @team, or @specific team member, how those will work. I can look at my team code and generate a code for that. And then there's some fun stuff in there. I can allow for emojis. I can allow for stickers and custom memes and such. In a classroom environment, there's kind of two ways of thinking of this. I've always been fond of allow it to occur until it becomes a problem. And then if it becomes a problem, you can come in and remove it. But it does add a lot of interaction. It makes it kind of fun to have little memes and stickers and such in there. So I do think that's good. One of the things we can also do is add tags. And what we can do is have owners add tags. So the owner can go in, or we can have all members add tags. So this is not where we would add the tags. This is actually where we would allow the permission to add the tags, and then we would add them later. So you can see that each team, by going into the team and going into the settings, manage the team and going into the settings, we can get a lot of great information there. We can also go into analytics for the team, and we can see how many users we have in the team, how many apps are currently available for this particular team. This isn't an active team at the moment, I just created it, so it's not a lot of information in there, but I can look at specific channels, specific time periods, and I can get some idea of how well that team's being used and who's participating in it. So that's a way of setting up your team, setting up your channels. And if you go into the channels, let's go into the secret headquarters channels, I can set up notifications for that specific channel. I can turn off notifications for that channel. I can go in and edit just the channel, create a link just to the channel, and I can go in and manage the channel. And here you see that I have less permissions because it's not the entire team. But here I can do things like put on channel moderation. So it could be that if I want to control the chat, or I want to make sure that people can't post to the channel without their post being checked first, I can go in and turn moderation on there as well. And you can say here, for example, everyone can start a new post. This is one that can be tricky. If I invite somebody in and I want them to post, if I forget to say everyone but guests can start a new post, or if I put that on, then I can prevent guests from communicating. So check this and make sure that everyone can start a new post if you want your guests to be able to comment. So that's how we would go in and we'd make some modifications to the channel or to the team. So there you have channels. Channels are a great way to take a project and break it into logical areas. Take conversations and make sure that we're not just doing everything in the general chat. We're actually focusing conversations into different areas that are defined by those channels that we create. I really like them, and I've made really effective use of these in my classrooms and my collaboration events. So if you found this useful, hit like, subscribe for more, hit notification if you really want to make sure you're up to speed with everything, and share with your colleagues, of course. Thank you so much for watching, and here are some other videos that you can also watch to get up to speed on Teams or any of the other subject areas that I talk about on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.